All right. How you doing? Everybody getting busy, getting dizzy up in the hizzy. How you doing today? Welcome. It's Thursday. My name is Tom. I'm the UFO Experiencer Coach with Maher Coaching and Maher CPCC. Want to thank you for watching this video. I want you to click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell to get notified every time I post a video. And like this video, comment on this video, share this video, share my video. Okay, so today's a little more of a serious video. I want to talk a little bit about my coaching, because I'm a life coach. I specialize in working with UFO experiencers and the people who, excuse me, and the people who love them. So people who believe they have had an encounter or have ongoing encounters with non-human entities or extraterrestrials, and the people in their families who love them are going to go, what's going on with my family member? So that's who my target market is. That's who I work with. And I got a call recently. It was yesterday or the day before, from an elderly woman. She was very concerned. She'd been seeing things outside of her. She lives in an assisted living. She was seeing things outside of her window at night. And she said she'd shared it with her kids, and her kids told her that they thought she was just hallucinating, but it was a recurring thing happening pretty much every night. And she wanted to talk to me about what it was, or what I thought it was, or what if I could come out and investigate. So I should be clear, because I had to clear this up with her too. She was not interested in reporting the sighting officially to MUFON, so I had to take my hat off as the MUFON state director, because she wasn't interested in a MUFON investigation. But she was interested in what I had to say as a coach who focuses on UFO experiencers and the people who love them, and having some experience with the Mutual UFO Network as well. So it was interesting because she asked me some questions. One question she asked me was if I thought she was crazy. Well, so I need to be clear about that. So I'm the state director for the Minnesota chapter of the Mutual UFO Network, and I'm a certified life coach. I'm a certified in professional coactive coaching. So state director, life coach. In neither of those roles am I qualified or to make that kind of analysis or diagnosis. I don't determine someone's sanity or insanity. I don't make that call. There's been some cases we've investigated for MUFON where I've wondered if there was something going on with the person's mental health, but again, I don't make that determination. I don't make those judgments. So. And of course, it was a phone call. It was the first time I talked to her, and having the first phone conversation, I can't imagine that'd be something I'd be able to determine anyways. So I had to tell her, honestly, I really couldn't tell, but she didn't seem that way to me, but that was my honest opinion. I'm not qualified to make that kind of determination. Another thing, because she described a number of different situations and scenarios where she'd see stuff. Sometimes she's woken up at night. Sometimes it was always after dark, though. It was always dark out. It was never any daytime sightings, which isn't really an indication of one thing or another. But she also asked me if I thought she was safe. So she said these things started happening about not quite a year ago. I think she said midsummer of last year. So it's been going on for a while. Again, I wasn't there. I'm not a witness. I don't know what was happening. But I did say this. If it's been going on that long and nothing has happened to her yet, I would think if she was in danger of some sort, I would think something would have happened by now. If nothing has happened, I don't think there's a reason to be concerned. There's one thing I forgot to share with her, though, that I wish I would have. So, and if I did ask her permission to talk with her again, and she gave it to me. So, yeah. So I'll talk about the one thing that I forgot to share, but I also want to mention this too. So she's an elderly woman. She's in assisted living, and she, like I said, she told her children about this, and they thought she was crazy, or not crazy. They thought she might be hallucinating. I asked her if she told the people that work at the facility about it, and she said she didn't want to do that because she didn't want to stir things up there, and she was concerned because I guess there's a lot of gossip there, and she didn't want to be in the gossip loop. So, yeah, so she didn't mention it to anybody. She only mentioned it to her children. It sounds like she mentioned it to me, and she said someone gave her my number. I'm not sure who that was, but. So I want to mention too, so when you've got an elderly parent like that, who's maybe seeing something or not sure what they're seeing, just to write them off as hallucinating, I don't mean to be judgmental, but that's not always the kindest thing to do. And maybe it's not as bad as what my understanding is. Maybe the children were very kind and loving and very gentle about it. I don't know, but I think it's important to take those things seriously. Now, the one thing I forgot to mention to her, which I'd like to mention to her, if she calls again, I'll call her back, and I'll probably call her again in a few weeks. Because I said, can I call you back? And she said, sure. I said, probably in a few weeks, just check up on you, see how you're doing. And what I wanted to mention to her, or should have mentioned to her that I didn't, was if this has been happening pretty much every night for several months, to me, that's a big indicator because in my investigations, in my studying and all that, in general, I don't see that UFOs, aliens, or extraterrestrials keep a regular schedule like that. They're not predictable like that. You might occasionally run across a case where, something happened like 3 nights in a row. And it suddenly started, happened for 3 nights in a row, and suddenly stopped. That's not unheard of. But having it go on night after night after night, month after month after month, what that usually indicates to me is there's probably a more human explanation for what's happening. I've got a few different ideas of what it could be, because she kind of described 3 different situations. One situation was she was seeing just balls of light, just lights. Another one, she said she thought she could actually see a craft with a series of lights in them. And another situation she described was she wasn't really clear, wasn't really sure. She said she thought she saw someone waving at her, but she wasn't sure. She said it could have been a light, but it could have been someone waving at her too. So she did wave back. And there's different things about distance. She said at one point they'd parked right outside her window. So, well, parked right outside your window. I said, is that 2 feet? Is that 5 feet? Is that 50 feet? Is that, a quarter mile? She said she thought it was about 8 to 10 feet. But I still kind of go back to, if it's something that's happening every day on a regular basis like that, there's probably a very human explanation to it. So I think, telling her that I had no opinion on whether she was crazy or not. I said I didn't think there's any reason for her to be afraid, because if she was in danger, something probably would have happened by now. And like I said, I wish I would have told her that if it's going on like that every single night, there's probably a human explanation for it. And I did pull up, on MapQuest, I found out where she lived, pulled up on MapQuest, kind of look at the terrain in the area. And my guess, I'm still thinking it's probably a human explanation. But I think to tell your parent that they're hallucinating, there might be a better way to approach it, but not to be. So I'm just kind of saying, be careful with the elderly people, because she seemed like a nice person. She seemed honest, genuine, and sincere. Did she have dementia? Again, I'm not qualified to answer that question, nor would I even try to. My guess is probably not. She seemed, pretty lucid. But again, one phone conversation. What can I tell from one phone conversation? So I just want to put that out there, that people see things and people don't always understand what they're seeing. And if they're a loved one of yours, it's important to be as supportive as you can. And when I work with loved ones of UFO experiencers, some believe the experiencer, some don't. So I talk about, how to listen in a supportive manner without judgment. So even if you're going, well, this is, how to stay out of that place of judgment. So, just a little bit about me and what I do with my coaching. And so, yeah, so I hope you found that helpful. Hope you found it interesting. And of course, someone commented too that they really liked my videos. I said, if you like my videos, share them, share the videos, share the wealth, share the love. Let people know that I'm out here dispensing love, joy, happiness, and some good common sense, and hopefully some good knowledge to you every now and again. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. So my name is Tom. I'm the UFO Experiencer Coach with Maher Coaching and Maher CPCC. Want to thank you for watching this video. I should be back again tomorrow with another one. Until then, take good care of yourselves, take good care of each other, and check your bank balances. Did you think I forgot about that? Check your bank balances every day. Check them, check them, check them. And I will see you next time, everybody. I am out of here. Bye-bye.